Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got our Beelzemon mat helping us out. We don't have any figures helping us out, and that's because we're going to need the space. If you remember, on Monday's video, we had amplified Beelzemon Black version helping us out, and on Wednesday's video, we had our amplified Machinedramon helping us out. And all week we've had our Beelzemon Demon Lord mat helping us out. So if you put the clues together, we're going to get a new model that I've put together, and it's going to be a Demon Lord. With those clues, it can only be one. It's Beelzemon. I picked this guy up at the same place I picked up the Amplified Machinedramon, which was nice. It was nice to pick it up from a local place. Semi-local, I mean, it is about an hour away. But enough of that. Let's take a look at the model. So the model, in comparison to the other ones, is much smaller. The box is much smaller. I would say that this is probably 50% smaller than the other boxes. And I mean, like, spatially. Like, don't blow it out, like, sideways by 2 times, and height by 2 times, and width by 2 times. I'm saying, like, all together, volume-wise, this is about 50% smaller. It is the same price as the other models, so that was kind of disheartening. But is it worth it? If you're a fan of Beelzemon, I would definitely say yes. Because it's nice to have a representation of him that's not the gem figure that costs $300. But so how does the model hold up by itself? First off, you do need to get a stand. This is the stand that I had left over from the Metal Garurumon I bought. And he just needs it just barely. Like, I can get him to stand up on his own. Like, that's not a problem. He comes with a piece which you just attach in between his tail and his rear. That's what allows it to be held up by a stand. And as you can see, like, I don't have this locked. Like most of them, I have to lock into place. The other two I've had to keep them standing. This guy, I just kind of have it there to help him. Like you can see, without any trouble at all, I got him to stand. So that's nice. Starting off, we're going to go over his posability. And starting from the head, he immediately has some problems because of this collar. And because of all the back hair spikes, he can't lift his head up really at all. Like, I am pushing down on it, and the body's moving before his head is. He can look down just a tiny bit, but not much. And then side to side, again, the collar kind of really stops it. So I would say he can get probably 90 degrees of head rotation, and that is 45 one way, 45 the other, maybe less, maybe more like 60 degrees of head rotation. So he can't do much dynamic poses. Like, I wanted to have him like flying forward and his head looking straight on, kind of like Beelzemon that I've got, but he can't push his head back anymore, so that doesn't work. Next, with the shoulders, they can move out 90 degrees. They can't move up any further because they've got a joint right there. So that stops them from going up any further. They can swivel all the way around. So that's nice. The upper biceps also have a swivel. Because of the bandana piece, can't go all the way. But I don't think that there would ever be a reason for you needing to pose it with him having his arms in like this and needing it. The other hand or arm isn't hindered by this problem because it doesn't have it. It would have been nice if It didn't have the bandana on it, like if it was the pre-bandana version, because I think he only gets the bandana after he meets back up with his tamers. The elbow joint can go a full 90. So that's a good amount of movement. His wrist has a ball joint. Doesn't allow for a lot. Or it's actually not a ball. It's kind of a ball joint. It's a mock ball joint. But yeah, it allows for a good amount of movement. And then his thumbs also have ball joints. I am mildly afraid of it because they're pretty exposed, as you can see. And I've already had one of them pop off for me. So I had to pull his hand out and disassemble and re-put it back in. So that is something to be aware of. His 4 fingers do not move. They are, however, replaceable. The model does have them come off, and that's so you can use the other set of fingers, which is used for holding his guns. So they just come off. And then you could easily swap in the other fingers. Now he's just got the open splayed fingers, or the relaxed fingers, whatever you want to call them. And the fingers aren't unique to each hand, so you could actually make him hold his gun upside down if you were a fan of a different anime where a character might hold both their pistols upside down. He does have an upper chest waist area joint, which does allow for a little side-to-side movement. And then he's got a full-on waist swivel. For his legs, they can go out, I'm going to call that like 50-55 degrees, like not all the way out. And then they can go forward really far and backwards. Then go almost as far. So that's, what would that be? That'd be like somewhere around 250 to 40 degrees, I'd say. His knees is double jointed, so they can go a full 180. Although they do look weird at the knee joint because of it. But you could make him do a nice jump. His feet also have some rocky mobility in them. They can go back a bit and forward a good deal. So that's nice. And his heel spurs do turn. His tail is also posable. It's got a wire in it. And I had to cut mine down a little bit. I wanted to keep it loose, so in case I wanted to get some nice posing out of it, I wouldn't have to worry about the pieces popping off. And then he's got these back tendrils, and they are also posable. And they actually say that you can store the gun by putting them around it. So that's pretty neat. As you also may have noticed, this guy is very colorful. He has 10 different colors of plastic in him. Like the red, the purple, the off-white, the actual white, the silver. There's actually 2 different colors of silver in here. One, and then there's like a darker gunmetal silver. He's got some golds. Just lots and lots of colors. The brown on the belt. It's crazy how many colors he has. So that's neat. He has a couple stickers. Most of them are found up in the head for the eyes and for these 2 orange bits on the side. The only sticker that he has is his belt right there. That's also a sticker. Tools for putting him together. You don't need a lot, just like the other ones. Messed with him, and so now he's trying to be weird when I stand him up. There we go. For putting him together, I'm again going to suggest you get a sprue cutter. And then I also got some very nice pointed tweezers to get those stickers on. And this one's also got a little cover for it, so after I got the stickers on, I could like rub it and make sure that they really stuck on there nice. So going back to the accessories for him, he comes with 2 alternate hands. Let me get those better in frame. He comes with 2 alternate hands for holding the guns, which are hollow, but that's fine. I mean, you're not really going to be staring at the insides of his hands. And he comes with 2 guns for holding with those hands. And again, you can put one of the guns on the back. You just have to splay out these pieces. And then there's this little top bit right there. And that pegs in right there. And then it's as simple as just finagling the wires around it. And now it's held in place. It's not going to come off. It's nice and secure. If you don't want him holding the other gun, they thought of that too. Because the other 2 accessories they come with are these little things. And they plug into his leg bits. So you make sure the holes and the pegs are lined up properly and you peg them in. I keep mine with a gap so that I can pull them out easy. Because I'm not sure how often I'm going to want him to keep his guns there. But then you just take the gun, and it's got these bits on the side of the barrels that plug into that bit right there. So then his gun just stays on his ankle, which is a weird spot for a gun, but it's kind of like a holster. So I'm fine with it. That's his accessories. Posability. Thanks to that weird neck, I don't find like a pose that I have liked to keep him in, other than just having him like holding his gun with a stalwart kind of stance. And I should show that the pistol has, or the gun has a hole right there. The fist has a peg right there. And so when you want him to hold it, you can slot it in like that. And then the back is just going to slot in to his hand like that. So now he's holding his gun. So yeah, other than like a pose like this, I haven't found a pose that I really like. And again, he stands on his own. I like to put him on a stand just to give him that extra stability. So this is the extra piece that he comes with. And there was a good while where I was trying to figure out, like, what does this piece go to? Because it's A13, and I put them together, and then I'm like, I don't know where this piece goes. And I was worried because in the other sets, if they're not using a piece, it has like an X over that piece in the instructions, and this one did not. So I thought maybe I had to take him apart and put the piece in. But luckily, it's just for him standing. And you can see now, he's on there. He's not going anywhere. So that's a wonderful stand to put him on. Again, he doesn't really need it unless you want to get him into an action pose. I'm probably going to try to get him into some action pose, but like even the one on the box, like you could probably just barely get, but he doesn't have the ab crunch for it. Like, that's as far as he's going to go. Moving his arm up. And another problem I have with it is, like, the way the arm holds the gun does not look natural to me. Like, you have to, like, bend. You can see, I'm trying to get him in this pose, and I can't get his arm to go up high enough. There it goes. But, like, then, like, you can see, it's kind of like he's pointed towards the sky with his gun. Like, I'm not... Now his fingers are coming out when I try to get it to that right pose. So the figure is nice. It's just the lack of head mobility brings the posability down significantly. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking to get this guy. Like, this is a fine pose, but again, it's just kind of like him standing there, just pointing his gun. The same kind of thing as if he's just like holding his gun. There's not too many dynamic poses that you're going to get. You could get really like an intimidating pose or something of that such. But as far as just like dynamic poses, you're not going to find it with this guy. It's going to have to be kept to kind of a stalwart, just no nonsense, ready for action kind of thing. Not so much him leaping off a building kind of pose. So just keep that in mind if you are planning on getting him. I hope that this video has helped you decide if you want to get him or not. If it has, and if you want to see me do more videos about models, leave a comment down below so that I know that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help. And until then, I will see you next time.